told me that I had to eat gluten for 6 weeks before I could be tested.
And were you willing to do that?
Well, yeah. I wasn't sure at first whether or not it was necessary to be tested. It makes a night and day difference.
Why?
Well, first, the way that you're treated in the medical community, that they take the gluten issue very seriously, and, if you're admitted to the hospital or something, and people need to be watching out for any kind of gluten exposure for you. Second, it's hereditary, so if you test positive for celiac disease, then everyone in your immediate family, at least, needs to be tested. I mean, celiac disease, if left untreated, shortens your life, so it's very important that people know. And then also just how seriously you as a person take it. If you know that you have an autoimmune disease, then you're much more likely to take it seriously than if you think, I get a stomach ache or something after I eat something, so I only take a bite every once in a while. Whoa, no. Celiac disease is a totally different world than that.
The landmark 2003 study, you will recall, put the incidence of celiac disease in the U.S. at 1 out of every 133 people. But then there are people who say they have a gluten sensitivity, or perhaps an intolerance.
Having symptoms that might resemble celiac disease, that are not celiac disease, but you still get better on a gluten-free diet. And the term for that is non-celiac gluten sensitivity, or non-celiac wheat sensitivity.
That, again, is Benjamin Level. A diagnosis of non-celiac gluten sensitivity, he says, is trickier to pin down because there's no test for it. We asked Levwall, therefore, if non-celiac gluten sensitivity is a thing.
I think it's really counterproductive to question whether non-celiac gluten
It's like a lot of
sensitivity
sand
is
blew
real.
right across the road.
Clearly, the symptoms are real. The suffering
The storm
is real.
came from that side,
I don't have
right?
to tell you how many patients I've seen. I promise, they're real. What we don't know is what exactly is driving their symptoms and what's the biological basis. Many of them are coming to celiac disease specialists because they really don't have elsewhere to go in the area of so-called conventional